let's talk about child support, aka woman support, aka bitter woman syndrome, aka the courts just don't give a about men. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Dutch, the Black Non-Democrat. And if you're finding my channel for the first time on YouTube and enjoy the content, please make sure that you tap that like button so someone else can enjoy the content as well. And if you really enjoy this content, hit that subscribe button. Now, let's get this video started. Alright folks, on today's video we're going to be talking about a subject that I didn't really cover extensively on the channel yet, and that is child support. And men, if you're watching my video right now, the first thing I want you to do before moving on, put a 1 in the comment section if you are on child support, and you can explain your situation after you put that 1. And if you don't want to explain the situation, just put that 1. See, when we hear that word, it's like seeing lights in our rear view when we're driving as black people. You know, we see the lights, we know we ain't doing nothing bad, and we know, we not speeding, we know we ain't got no drugs or no guns in the car, but we just see the light and we just tense up. It's like that for men, when they hear child support. And it's a reason men feel like that. Just like it's a reason black people feel like that when they see those lights in the back. It's because these situations usually end bad for the recipient, man. At the end of the day, child support has destroyed a lot of men's lives out here. Not just black men, Asian men, all men, man. And the reason why this thing had took over America and became a monster, and it took on a life of its own, is because we the people allowed it. You see, we the people allowed it. See, I'm not just going to give you guys a video on I hate child support. At the end of the day, we got to get into the psychology of why child support exists in the first place. And let's take it way back to 1947, right after World War II. Hitler is dead, supposedly, but a lot of people are coming home to their wives. A lot of men are coming home, and these men have PTSD, man. These men are traumatized from seeing all of this carnage overseas, and they lost buddies, man. And on top of that, they seen some crazy things. I got a couple of friends who was in the war in Afghanistan, and they came home and told me some crazy things that I really don't want to repeat, or I just don't want to hear about it. Like what you see in war shouldn't any human being even be a part of. But nonetheless, these men were coming home, and a lot of people were getting divorced from their wives based upon this PTSD. Now, the government looked at the situation like this. These women, they really didn't have jobs back in the day. They were stay-at-home wives. And, when the men were off at war, they were in these factories making bombs, making guns, making bullets and everything. But war is over now, and they are back in the house taking care of the children. Now, these men were having issues, and, the wives couldn't take it, or the men couldn't take it, and they got divorced. So Franklin Roosevelt, he thought of a plan. He said, you know what? We have to think of something to take care of these women based upon the man leaving the house and them getting divorced, and the idea of this child support system came upon us. Now, it was in good intentions when this thing first emerged. These women, they needed something. So Franklin D. Roosevelt said, let's just give them something. Let's have the man give them a portion of his check basically to help the woman out because she is not working. Okay, cool. There's nothing wrong with that, right, people? You know, helping this woman out because she don't have a job and she was a stay-at-home mom. That's all gravy. But how the did it turn into Keisha meeting Ray Ray at the club and Keisha having a baby with this unknown dude that she don't even know his real name, and just because she had a baby with him, she could just put him on child support? Not only that, let's go deeper into where we're at today in this child support system. Look, Ray Ray don't even have to be the father. But guess what? If Ray Ray signed that birth certificate, Ray Ray is financially responsible for this baby, even when it's proven that Pookie is the baby daddy. And, I mean, you have court cases right now. It's on the docket, and some of the judges even be looking like, wow, man, I wish I didn't have to do this to you, player. But the law says if you signed the birth certificate, and y'all talk about, you know, people selling your pipe dreams and you're getting lied to, ladies. That's why these men had these, that's why y'all have these babies with these men, because they lied to you and they sell your pipe dreams and all of that. It ain't worse than lying to this guy and bedazzling him and making him think that he's the father, and then he goes sign this paper. Men, I swear, do not sign nothing. Look, I'm telling you guys, do not sign anything until you know 100% that baby is yours, because you are going to get fit with that bill, man. You are going to have to pay this child support every month. But how did we get from these men just coming home from war to these men just leaving the club having to get put on child support? You know, I know I just went on a little rant there, but I just wanted to shock y'all into the craziness of where we was with this child support to where we're at now. We have Tyrese a couple of years ago crying, a grown man crying about paying $13,000 a month. You have people that are millionaires like 50 Cent. Let's take him for instance. And I said I was going to do a video on 50 Cent and his son and his baby mother, but you know, I'm just going to talk about it here. 50 Cent blew up in 2002, 2003, right? And he was one of the biggest stars that ever come out of hip hop, period. I mean, I remember that. I was in college, Get Rich or Die Trying came out. That was like, oh man, it was like mega 50 Cent. Everything was 50 Cent. I went to the concert with my mother. Matter of fact, here's the picture right here. Me, my little brother, and my mother went to the Rock the Mic concert just to see 50 Cent. I wanted to see Jay and Busta, but I wanted to see 50 Cent. And he blew up. And his baby mother knew that, you know, he was blowing up. His baby mother got everything that she wanted. She got everything, child support and all of this. And she still was bitter. And matter of fact, she turned her son against her father. Little dude got mad because he was getting $6,000 a month. What the hell, man? Like, come on. You're not doing anything for it. This little dude act like he's entitled. He's just, my father 50 Cent. But yes, your father is 50 Cent. But who are you? And that right there is the reason why this child support system is just flawed, and it just doesn't work. They need to revamp this whole thing. I believe that, look, if you're going to have a child support system, it should be reasonable to what the man makes. Don't take a third of his check, man. And on top of that, the man should never go to jail. He should never go to prison for this. It's a debt. A debt. I swear, in the federal tax law, you can go on and on and on and on. I think like you can owe what $50 million in taxes and still not go to jail, but you miss one child support payment. You got to go. It's a warrant out for your arrest. And this man is in prison with killers. He's in prison with all types of people that deserve to be in prison. And this man is struggling out here because he can't pay his rent. He can't pay his car note. He can't pay none of this because he's on child support. And I know a lot of you men out there are on this child support. See, I'm not on it, but my wife she wields this power, you know what I mean? She has the power to put me under the jail, under the ground with it, but she chooses not to. And a lot of women, don't go that route. A lot of women have that bitterness. Like I said, this is AKA bitter woman syndrome, and I seen it happen as close as my big brother. My big brother paid over $200,000 trying to just see his children, man. And he has not seen his first two sons, in over 5 years. You guys got to understand that. His baby mother did not allow him, matter of fact, didn't even tell him when his son was graduating high school. And as a father with a kid who graduated last year, oh my God. I mean, if you guys know, being a father, you know how that feels, seeing your child walk across that stage, man. That felt, it's undescribable. It's like wow, from here to there. Now you're graduating high school. Now she's in college and she's driving, and I'm looking at her like, what? Wow. My brother was stripped of that by a bitter baby mother. You see, he don't get to see his children, and his children don't like him, just like 50 Cent's kid don't like him. The thing is, people, this system is just flawed, and these women, they try to make it seem as if a man can just go down there and, I just want to take custody, and y'all can get custody if you want. Y'all know it ain't that easy. You know it ain't that easy for a man. I just had my man King on the show last week, and shout out to him and the Built a Different podcast, but he gave his story, and I think I'm going to, take that clip and make it its own video so you guys can hear what he had to do just to get his children. He has custody of his children. And guess what he didn't do? He didn't put his baby mother on child support. That's what men, we don't do that because we understand that women need to be with their children. You see? And the way the courts is set up, man, and I'm passionate on today's video because I'm an advocate for men who have to go through this, man. Because first of all, I'm a man, yes, and it can happen to me if a drop of a dime. If my wife just decides, fuck this shit, I don't want to do this shit no more, she can just, I will literally be in their boat. So I have empathy and sympathy for you guys. And the thing about it is the courts, man, them courts, it's crazy. You got child support court, then you got family court. It's set up against you, men, because you could be over here talking to the family court guy like, yeah, man, I did pay my child support. I need to see my kids. And he's like, well, you need to go over there to child support court to handle that. Then he walk his ass over there to child support court, and he telling them, look, man, can you tell family court judge that I paid my, my bill? He was like, well, I'll let them know next week. And then you like, oh my God, next week I need to see my children. And we can't see our children. And we sit up there and we want to keep blaming these men for not being in their children's lives. But in actuality, these women stop these men from being in these children's lives. These women dangle these children over the heads of these men, and I see it over and over and over and over and over again. And this is why this system needs to be dismantled. If anything, you should take a portion of a man's check, like 5%, or just see exactly what's going on. Look, I'm going to start a series, you guys, because it's too much. I'm already 16 minutes in. I wanted this to be 8 minutes, but man, it is just so much. I'm going to have to start a series on this. I'm sorry, man, because it's so much to talk about. It's so much to break down, and I can't do it in one video. I'll have to go live. Man, I'm going to have to start a whole series about this, man. I cannot attempt to try to do this video and explain everything about child support in this video. That's why I need you guys to go down in that comment section and tell me, your stories, man. I seen some horror stories. I know some horror stories, and I never ever want to be put in that position, man. For real, I don't, and I hope and pray that I never will. Y'all go down in the comment section, tell me what you think, and like I said, I will start a series on this where men can come and just release that anger, release that frustration, at least just do it down in the comment section and just type your ass off, man, about your experiences. That's what this channel is all about, baby. That's what we need. We need to get men's voices out there so we can get that law changed, man. I know I've been long on this video, but if you still here, give me a thumbs up, baby. But that's all I got, and y'all gonna see a series right here because I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make a series. This is the first video of the child support series, and we're gonna get deep into this subject. Man, damn, I know what y'all go through. Y'all stay unplugged from false narratives. I'm out. Peace.